We are live for our 31st Investors AMA at the TulipDAO. Here we are joined today by the Void Protocol. They are a new DeFi project landing on the Fantom blockchain. They have development services that have been, or development pieces that have been done by Solar, who is essentially a partner of TulipDAO. We are familiar with the dev team. Void is KYC'd with us. Their team has proven to be very trustworthy, and they seem to have some cool stuff going on and strong partnerships, strong organic movement behind the community. We're excited to learn about what the hell's going on behind the scenes and learn a little bit about the founders for you guys. So if you guys could welcome Void Spirit and Ember Void. You guys want to break down your backgrounds for us and give us an intro on yourselves and the protocol?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Good day, everyone. First of all, thank you for having us on the stage and giving us the chance to talk about our project, about Void. Okay, so yeah, we just had our pre-sale and we raised 230K. We are now going to have our launch this Sunday. And yeah, I just linked the pictures of our protocol and how it works. Maybe Spirit, you can go through the contents and explain like the basic concept of Void and how we combine the parts of Reflection, NFTs, and Ohm, and how we generate revenue for our investors.
What I'm looking for first is character background. So if you could,
Sure.
your background on yourself and how you got into crypto, how you know what your role is, and how you got involved with the team and start Void.
Okay, so yeah, well, I'm currently working in a bank, so I'm quite familiar with money and investing stuff, mostly into real estate. But I met Void Spirit last year actually in the Ohm fork season. We became like crypto trading buddies. We talked a lot, and then earlier this year we had the idea to create like our own project. I've been into crypto for like 2 years now. And yeah, DeFi is pretty new for everyone. So we had the idea to create our own project. And yeah, basically we just wanted to create something new and something long term and sustainable. This was like the most important stuff for us.
Okay, great. Real quick, his real role on the team, like what do you do for the project?
Like me and Spirit, we are like the founders of Void. As I said, we had the vision, we created the project, and we are like leading the project. We are just organizing everything. We have a team of Solar Protocol, our development partners. Kinsu is assisting us with all the coding stuff. They are like professionals. They are great. They are doing a fantastic job. And we also have like a super nice graphic designer, Rachel. He's doing all the cool graphics for us, like our homepage, for example. The design, it looks super professional. It looks clean. It looks smooth. And yeah, we are basically leading the project.
Thank you.
It was I don't know. We created the Discord, or we were in touch with some people, some other devs in the. I don't know. It was around beginning of 2022, and we had a vision. We wanted to create this idea of Void, but we were not really happy with the developers we used to have. So we decided to rework everything to find other people, and somehow we met Kinsu and the team, and we heard about these guys and what they did. So yeah, we had a chat together, and then we met, and we now developed this part, the Void project. This is how it started.
Cool. Yeah. No, that's totally fine. Well, could you give me a little background about yourself, and even even Web 2 stuff? Like, if you guys have relevant business ventures, entrepreneur stuff, anything like that that's relevant to biz dev, product design, anything like that, that stuff's really helpful for me.
Yeah. For me, it was I went to the business school in the United States, and I was and this was basically the first time I was in contact with crypto, with Bitcoin. It was back in 2015, 16. I cannot exactly tell you anymore what exact year it was, but I went to the business school. I was, having this touch with people who were already invested into crypto, and I was using it was a page called Investopedia. This was a stock market page where you can first, train how to invest, how to do everything. And yeah, this was the first contact how I came in touch with the stock market, with crypto in general. And pretty fast after that, I started to invest because I am basically also based in the real estate business. So, and then I started to invest money into the stock market and also in crypto. But at this time, I was just hodling the tokens. I was not just, I was more like, it was pretty new for me. I started hodling it, sometimes, sell it, whatever. But yeah, this was the beginning. And then a year ago, more or less, I started with the DeFi because I have some very close friends also in my, who are pretty big in DeFi, who know a lot of things. And they kind of pulled me into the rabbit hole of DeFi, and then I started to invest into DeFi, and that's how I ended in the DeFi space. And as Amber already mentioned, we started. It was back in 21 in, I don't know, maybe October somehow, or yeah, we met because we were invested in different projects, same projects, interested in the same things, and we created this community Discord server only, for like more or less private, close people. And also with these guys, there were always these up and down with all the Ohm seasons, the Ohm forks failed, whatever. And we then started to think about a project, how we can develop this project, how can we create a project that is sustainable in the long term, that everyone can profit from, And yeah, we had this community. We were in touch. This also how we came up with the name of Void. And yeah, now here we are. We had this vision, and yeah, we created it.
Gotcha. So, thank you for the background. Thank you for the background, Kinsu. I guess give us a brief overview. Most people know your KYC with TulipDAO. You are very well known in the community at this point. But just a brief background on you and your dev experience and the dev team at Solar.
Sure. So for starters, about me, I'm a developer and also founder of Solar. I have a degree in software development and I have about a year of experience in Web2, not that much, I'm rather young. And 6 months ago-ish, I started with an idea for a project with a friend of mine. And over the course of the months, we developed this idea and it turned into what Solar is today. It's a project where we utilized a node-esque scheme to raise funds to get up and started with the company. And now that we are established, we are offering multiple services and we create revenue in different ways. And then all this income is distributed to our holders in the way of tokens and in the future in the way of straight up revenue share. So yeah, that's about it. I am the founder of Solar. I am also the lead web developer. We also have another web developer in the team and 3 smart contract developers. They are all very well qualified and have been working together for a decent amount of time now. Most of us have been working together for upwards of 6 months, and we have 2 new additions that joined in the past month, and so far they've been doing great. And yeah, one of our lead Solidity developer has something like, I don't know, a decade and a half of experience in Web2, so it's pretty damn good, and that translates very well into Web3. So no, I've been learning a lot from him. So kudos to Fluffy, he's amazing. I'm very glad he's working with us. And yeah, we are developing everything for Void, be it the dApp and the contracts. They provided some amazing designs, so very happy to work on them. It's always nice when they provide really clear guidelines of what they want done, and especially when it looks that nice. It's just so easy to work with.
Right. Thank you for that. Cool. Yeah, we know that Solar's dev team is highly qualified. The work that they do is very quality. The contract work is insane. the new diamond standard stuff that you guys or that Solar has been doing is really impressive. I recommend that everybody who's interested in the tech go take a look at what they've been doing. They have been knocking stuff out for various protocols and doing some high level stuff. So it's very cool. Good to see.
And today I
go
can
ahead.
finally announce that after our venture with Void is, we've done their launch, we are going to be launching another product in the Sphere finance ecosystem. So we're going to be taking all fees generated from this project and redistributing them inside our own protocol. So yeah, that's the new announcement today that I dropped in the previous AMA, and might as well drop it here.
Cool. Good. Congratulations on that. Good shit.
Thank you. Yep.
So let's get into some stuff about the protocol. At a glance, I can see that you guys have combined a lot of different elements from various protocols. When you lead with the Ohm fork, it may sound off-putting to most people because they're like, why? It's let it die. It was a year ago, that people were doing this or whatever. But when you mention these other things, like the reflection, and there's the VENFT that's involved for the locking is a new mechanism. But other than that, I'm not seeing too much other stuff at a glance. And I'm just saying from the top level, as I'm a customer coming to the website. So if you could try to break it down for me, what are all of the elements and why are they important? Because we know that the largest issue with Ohm forks is dilution, and most protocols' inability to actually create sustainability or even care about sustainability. So yeah, what do you have to say about your solutions to those problems?
Well, yeah, of course. The reflection part is the first part which we are using for the protocol. This comes from another project, and they used to pay out, or they still pay out their own native token to the investors. So they are already inflationary that they are paying out the token, and we are not paying out our voice token. We are paying out our a stable coin. We want to start at the beginning with DAI. There are also other. This is a future thing that we also introduce other stable coins which people can claim at the end. But this is a major part which we changed. So we are not printing our new token. We are sustainable and we can save our money later. We don't need to do like all the other rebase projects that they need to do all the buybacks that they can bring back the value of the token. So this is a very good opportunity for us to start. All right. And we have all we need. This is every project somehow needs money to come in until they can create new revenue streams. And we have this 17% tax fee, which is will be paid out. 7% of it will be paid out to all the holders of our voice token. Of course, depending on how much tokens they have, they will get the stablecoin DAI paid out, with every buy and sell transaction. And also, we are filling our treasury and marketing wallet with 5%. Is also very important, and the liquidity of this project. Yeah, the first part is the reflection part.
Yeah, we will
That
start with
7%.
the reflection part on launch. Yeah.
Yeah, that once there's a transaction, doesn't matter buy or sell, there will be the 7% reflection. So that is the first part, that people are getting a stable coin. And also on top that it's not written here, this is also important, we have a vesting period. That means there increased tax the first week. And this is dropping every day for 5%. So the first day, basically, you have 47% tax if you just want to dump the token. The day later, you have 5% less, it's 42. The day after, it's 37, and so on until we have the normal 17% reflection. And when people are deciding to dump the tokens, then the additional tax is going to the investors and also to the treasury. This is also important to know. So every investor will benefit from it, and also our treasury will benefit from it. So this is the thing what we have for the start, for the reflection. And in September, beginning of September or middle of September, I don't know, Kinsu, you can maybe correct me if I'm wrong, we are introducing the bonding system.
Yeah. We're launching on the 21st, and we'll be start working on the bonding right away. We already have, a good idea of how we want to approach it, and we've written all of the code, taking into account that we'll be providing bonding for the investors. So that just makes our life easier.
Yeah. And with the bonding, basically, the people will be able to buy our token for a discount. And that's the same distribution. There will be also the 17% reflection, but they can buy the token for a discount. There will be a vesting period of 1 week, 2 weeks, and 3 weeks. This mechanism comes from the own force, but we are not giving out our, we are not diluting our token. We are not printing new ones or something. We have a pool we want to use.
Explain
And
that.
this gives. Excuse me?
You're not rewarding your native token?
No.
Yeah, the people. No, we are not. The rewards, the reflections from the reflection or from the bonding mechanism is always a stable coin. We are not paying out our voice token. They can buy.
So where did the void?
I can go a bit more in depth here if you'd like me to.
Of course. Continue. Sure.
Where do the void tokens come from?
Right. All I know, so the initial supply of void will be as many tokens as were created during the pre-sale. I don't know the exact number from the top of my head. And then all the trading volume that is going to happen at launch inevitably with a token of this nature is, instead of the way reflection tokens normally work, is whenever the transfer function is called, there is a function that edits the balance of each of the users. So that inherently makes a token inflationary. But what the Void have done is instead of doing this mechanism, the tokens are just traded for the stable coin. And then we've had, it's a very difficult contract. We found like one other project doing this, and all of the contracts weren't verified, so we had a hard time coming up with a solution for this. But basically, everything's then converts to stable coins, and then a certain amount of stable coin is assigned to every single holder because behind some math. So
real quick, if I could, we saw 50,000 iterations of this during fucking Fantom season this year, or in late November, December. Tokens paying multiple rewards, stablecoin payouts, Fantom payouts, whatever the fuck. This has been done hundreds of times, guaranteed.
Not in this way.
What makes it different?
They're not inflating their token during reflections. This was like you had different things where if you stake, you receive part of. There were things where if you stake, you receive part of the fees and Fantom and stuff from the LP. This is different. What a normal reflection would do is just it assigns you more tokens. What this does is it sells a token, and with the amount that generated the cell generated.
Exactly this is what I'm telling you. These are called printers. It's a printer token. It sells the native token and buys another token.
Oh, I'll take you up on this, and I'll ask for some references because it took us a long time when we asked all developers if they knew about this. And
you should have asked me. I mean, Fantom Pay, fucking USDC.
Yeah, let's discuss this after the meeting. I don't want to.
Yeah, for sure. There's lots of printer tokens. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what is actually different here, other than the own mechanism and the VENFT.
I mean, the reflection part, of course. I mean, there's also like SafeMoon and stuff going around. But yeah, we combine like different revenue streams. Like the reflection part is only like the beginning we will launch. And yeah, as we said, we are then adding the bonding mechanism. We are then going for a staking locking with NFTs. And there will be even more in the future where we like just can't talk about it for now. But yeah, we will create like different and multiple revenue streams for our investors, not like only reflection.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be the goal. I understand that. I'm just we're just gonna get over this first thing first, and that's that. And
yeah, that's correct. Like that's how reflection and works. Yeah, or printers,
yeah,
or
I mean,
whatever you want to
we
call it.
traded right here. We traded hundreds of these over the course of literally days.
Yeah.
But yeah, the issue is volume. The issue is sustained volume over
Exactly, yeah.
time and creating use case. Even transitioning away from the tax model, being able to be dynamic in your future, like that's the main thing. So go ahead and finish. Let's discuss the rest of the ecosystem model here, if we could.
Kinsu or me or Emma, I don't know.
Probably from one of you guys. If you could just kind of, I still want the overview. I'm going to stop and make sure that we have clarity on everything. That's all. So we have the printer or the reflection token, and then what happens after that? Now we have treasury growing. Some of the money's going to the treasury. I think 5%, 3% of the transaction is going to the liquidity pool. So, how is that being managed? What's going to happen next?
Yeah, then after we with the filling of the treasury, we want to use this staking or locking, and then the people will be able to lock the tokens, the void tokens, whatever they bought, and they can lock it for a period of time. This is familiar with the VE NFT. They're like different kind of project where they have at the end the governance, for example, voting power, and get more rewards, or more tokens which they can lock at the end. But we take the voice token, and they will be possible to be locked for a different kind of period of time. And it depending on how long the people are locking the tokens, they take them out of circulation, and they get the rewards from the treasury on top of the normal reflections. Also, of course, paid out in a stable coin.
Yeah, like the locked void tokens, they will get exchanged for an NFT. So the NFT represents the value of your locked tokens.
And this NFT will be tradable. So if people, we are already in touch, or I wrote with one of the devs from PaidSwap, and they on this DEX, on this NFT, they have the 10% royalty. So people at the end, if they decide, hey, okay, my tokens are now locked, but we still want to, I still want to sell this NFT or whatever, they can go to PaidSwap and sell it. One vision of ourselves was at one point that we can maybe create our own NFT marketplace, but this is now this is still a future option, but not for now. And because we can use PaidSwap, and they have a 10% royalty. That's also important. And when the people decided to sell the NFT or to trade it, 2.5% of this royalty will go to PaidSwap, of course, and the rest will go into the treasury. So all the other holders who still lock the tokens will basically get the rewards, or indirectly more rewards from the treasury.
Yeah. Everything that we're talking about comes down to volume. And right now, there seems to be a major crisis in volume on Fantom.
The thing is, we always, the important thing is, the important thing what we always said is that we cannot guarantee that you will have high rewards at the very first beginning. We always said we want to have this project sustainable. We pay out rewards when we have. This is a long-term game. We are not like a pump and dump project, and people have to know that we try to create something with high quality here, and not something like really quick, for a quick buck. Of course,
I understand.
it is good. It is important. It is based on volume. But tell me so many projects, all the Ohm forks, all the Rebase project, all the, I don't know, Titano forks and whatever, they are basically all based on volume, like many other projects, especially in the DeFi.
Oh, I understand. Get me wrong.
But no. But our vision is also, as I said, we want to create our own. But this is not for now. First, we have to introduce our first steps. But in the future, we are still thinking about having our own DEX, creating our own NFT marketplace, where we can create also another revenue from trading, from selling, maybe have OTC deals with the Void token. There's so many things we have in our mind where we can create volume, but this is another story. First, we have to bring the project, on his legs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
as I
mean,
said, we want to have the ability or the possibility to change like our rewards, like our stable coins. For example, we are in talks with USD Finance, with the USD Plus. I don't know if you've heard about it, the stable
Yeah,
coin. We are in
overnight.
talks
yeah,
with Hector.
it's
Yeah, we are in
dividends.
talk with Hector DAO to like have a Tor for our bonds, and yeah, we can have all these partnerships, and we can offer bonds from them, and we can generate revenue to this. So yeah,
Yeah. Okay, I understand it's going to take expansion and the product is going to need to change over time. But not one thing you said to me just now was like excited me as far as like generating volume. If you create a DEX, you're going to have to compete with some of the largest names on Fantom, and it's going to be a pain in your ass, and it's probably not going to work. If you try to do lending or whatever, it's just you have big competitors. There's a lot of money here, right? So you guys had a big pre-sale, and I don't know where the fuck you pulled 250K out of on Fantom right now. I'm impressed, first of all. You guys obviously have some strong backing, and I really was curious. How did you feel that? Was there any private allocations? Was it all just through the community normal? Would you have any
it was
agreements
all
with
to the
it?
community. There was no like seed investments or anything.
Okay. No agreements with anybody, any influencers or anything?
Like for the pre-sale?
Yeah, like
No, the pre-sale was all like community based.
So far,
okay,
we
awesome.
grew completely natural.
That's insane. I'm fucking
We
impressed.
haven't
That's
paid
fine.
any influencers. We were just thinking about making a little bit of investment for the marketing, because we know now wasting money for marketing does not really make sense.
Yeah, like in the current
know,
market situation, it's just
and
like burning money.
we still aim to grind natural as long as it's needed. And once we can see that the whole DeFi, whole crypto is recovering, then we can start with the marketing. But so far, in our opinion, and we have really great people we are talking, we're in contact with, and we listen to these guys. We really, in our opinion, it's now just wasting money, But some people don't, they not. They don't believe it. They don't understand it because it takes time at this stage where we are and with this market.
I
There are no
understand.
other words.
I fully understand, and that shows me that you guys have a bit of business acumen and you understand how to time your expending your spending. But at the same time, we need. I think that for somebody like me looking at the product model, like I need something. I need to know something that you guys have coming, like a partner. Like, what do you have? Like, what is your idea for this token? Because liquidity is what's going to drive your project. You have sold 250K. How does this work long term? Because realistically, volume will not sustain unless you create use case, and use
Yeah,
case won't come without valuable partnerships and creative designs and synergies between other protocols. Not building everything yourself. Like it's first of all, that's going to take forever. Second of all, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna have to compete with everybody who is already established in the ecosystem, and it's going to be a pain in your ass. There's a lot of valuable players in the ecosystem who would be more valuable as a partner than a competitor. That's the type of stuff I would like to hear you talking about.
yeah. Like I do agree with the part of the like the volume based in the beginning, right? But yeah, that's why we are trying to implement many features that will help us in the beginning to get a step in the DeFi scene. Like we are developing currently a refer your friend feature for the bonding system, and this will allow us to have an organic grow without spending too much money for marketing. So people can like refer a friend, they can create a custom link, share it with their friends, with their family, and if someone buys a bond through the link, a tiny portion of any bond purchase made will then go directly to him or to you or whoever shared the link. And so, yeah, of course, in the beginning it will be volume based, but there will be some utility for Void in the future as well. Like we are in talk with SpookySwap, and after launch there will be a Void pool on SpookySwap where you can like stake Boo and you get Void rewards, for example. Like we are in talks with many, backing partnerships actually, but I can't talk too much about that for now.
Yeah, just to be clear, they offer that to everybody because it's value extraction. They pull value out of your protocol to benefit their own. It's a vamp maneuver, just so you know. Don't take it. I don't really like SpookySwap's outreach or their partnership techniques. I'll say it publicly. I could give a fuck, but
okay, yeah, sure.
no, it has nothing to do with you guys. But just saying, they're trying to extract value from you and not really offer you much in return except a little bit of promotion. They'll give you one retweet, and I think that's it. But I would be careful with that. I would be really focusing on things that are going to bring value to your project, like legitimate value, and for your holders. And it's going to be a big challenge. Coming to some, you're going to be limited, first of all, by the transfer tax. You cannot use Beethoven. You won't be able to use Solidly. You'll be stuck to using Uniswap forks or, something of that nature. So that's going to limit you a bit in that capacity. I'd love to see you guys talking about transitioning away from the rewards token at some point once you build the treasury. What is the ohm fork and the rebasing come into this? So you're emitting your own tokens through the rebasing or not? Is it just the bonding mechanism coming from the ohm fork?
It's just the bonding mechanism.
Okay, that's the only thing. And then the VE you've replaced the staking with the VE NFT locking, right?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, as I said, we don't offer like 100k APY like all these ohm forks back then, or some even offered like, I don't know, millions or trillions. Yeah, that's simply not possible and not sustainable in the long.
Yeah. I hate to say this, but the Fantom chain is not ready for this shit right now, dude. I don't think. I would love to be proven wrong right now because you guys got
your shit. Yeah, as you said, together. It will be a challenge. Of course, it will not be easy.
Well, what I'm trying to say is you guys really have your shit together. You guys have a well-developed product. You know what I mean? You guys have thought this out. You obviously have integrity, and you're going to be managing the protocol dynamically for it to be successful. I'm just being very real about the situation on Fantom right now. Like, people are not fucking buying DeFi projects, especially newer ones. Obviously, you guys have a bit more traction, so you have that going for you. But my concern is that you guys have raised so much is that there's not much more fresh money on the sidelines for buy pressure that you need. So, what do you feel about that? Is there a lot of people who missed on the pre-sale who are wishing that they got in? What's your community like right now?
I mean, yeah,
so far,
of course, yeah. Go ahead.
We had different kind of feelings on our server. So many people just missed it. They, I know we informed a lot. We gave so many informations how to bridge, how to swap, how to do all this kind of things. How to, add the Fantom to the MetaMask and so on and so on. But lots of people just missed. They had no idea how to, basically bridge the kind of a stable coin. And yeah, many people missed the train, I guess. We still read in the general chat that people are looking to, wait for the public sale finally. They're kind of mixed feelings. It's really difficult to say.
Yeah, no, I understand. And
yeah,
I'm not asking hard
we are like
questions.
aware of this problem. That's why we create, like, for example, the refer your friends system, because we need fresh investors in the beginning, of course.
Of course, yeah, I understand. I know all the challenges you're going to face, and that's why I'm asking the hard questions. That's what we do here, and it's not meant to tear you down. It's meant to make you ask the hard questions for yourself and be more prepared for the future, right? Because I fucking seen everything.
We are not quitting to develop.
And that's
to
good.
continue with the project.
So real quick, I know you guys say that you have banking jobs. I'm not sure about Void Spirit. Are you guys super distracted by this stuff? Is it taking up a lot of your time? Are you able to give the focus needed to this project for it to be successful?
No, Void Spirit is basically like full-time Void. Like he has
Okay.
no current job.
You know,
Yeah, he's jobless.
with my times, I'm more or less flexible, let's say. But of course, sometimes it can be quite busy. But I try to take, to find as much time as possible in case there's something, with the Void project. But yeah, of course, I have a real life. I still have to work and do some things. But I always try to find my time. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
the thing is, excuse me, I'm available pretty early in my time, so I'm not, and Ember is more or less more during the night, let's say he's available.
all right.
So it fits pretty good.
I do like to hear that founders are full time in this and that they got no other means of income so that they scrape.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But I understand. I hope you guys are prepared to make a transition if things really work out because a project of the scale that you want to run deserves a full-time team. And that's just facts.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys are ready for that when the time comes. I hope that you guys. I wanted to clarify, I'm not saying this stuff to try to rip you down. It's just so that you guys are prepared to figure out how to solve these things. Because I was just trying to put in perspective. Like we've seen a lot of these things, and there are ways for them to succeed, but the variables are thick, and it really comes down to you guys, your persistence, your tenacity, staying active on socials, being overly engaged, and that's where being full time really helps. So I recommend you guys get a rock star community manager who is just in hands in everything. That would be something that could really help this liven up the community and stuff like that. But yeah, um, okay, partnerships on the horizon. I'd like to hear you guys, even if it's just brainstorming, like things you've discussed. Who can you partner with to provide value to your ecosystem, and how can it work? I'm sitting here trying to think about Fantom, and I'm struggling to try to think where can to plug this in to make it work with some strategies. Because that's going to be what really helps you guys with volume is some creative partnerships and sustainable, maybe a yield loop, something like that users are able to compound through a partnership or through a yield pool or something like that.
Well, first of all, we are pretty close to Sphere Finance, and we are looking that we can introduce the stable coin of Sphere Finance into our ecosystem. This is one big milestone we have. Then another thing is we have already announced that tomorrow a big AMA with CryptoVeer. They are pretty big also in the NFT space, and yeah, this AMA is tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, also
And
this is like outside of Fantom now because you said we should look into the
yeah,
Fantom ecosystem, but like CryptoRare, they are creating like music videos, NFT music videos, and they've created I think 3 already, and one went like really viral. They have like 50 million views on YouTube, and the like other one is like 2 millions, for example. They have like great artists, and yeah, we are thinking outside of Fantom for now to get more revenue back into the Fantom ecosystem. But yeah, of course, also we are in contact with like projects in the Fantom ecosystem.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, not a lot of projects are even willing to partner with new people. It's unfortunate. The Fantom chain is kind of closed off and exclusive when it comes to the larger protocols. It's I don't like to see it. I barely scrape the surface with some people, and it's friendly and amicable and stuff. But I would like it to be a lot more, you know, symbiotic, if you will. regardless, that the Fantom chain is a tough ecosystem to be in right now. But if you guys
Yeah,
stick
true,
with
but
it,
I still think Fantom is like one of the best layer
Yeah.
ones out there.
I agree 100%.
And
Fantom
if,
is
yeah,
my
and in the
favorite
future, in the
chain.
bull run, yeah, when more liquidity comes to Fantom, more liquidity will come to Void, more liquidity to Solar, to all these like projects who established in the scene.
This is exactly what I was just alluding to. You know, is that
Yeah, that's why we're trying
the
to build now. Like
yeah,
get
and
a
that's
footstep,
right.
and yeah, grow some
It's
seeds.
exactly what I was touching on, sir. And I just wanted to say, like, if you continue through the bear and you prove to be, you know, building consistently, people will come back to when the liquidity comes back, assuming it does, right? I mean, Fantom has some other issues too on chain, but I mean, I still expect the tech to outweigh the negatives, and for the TVL to return, and for Fantom to have another Fantom season the way that we did in November and December and stuff. Highly, I definitely expect that. But yeah, that's all. It could be a ways away. So I'm thinking of ways that you guys could potentially utilize or leverage those cross chain protocols in the shorter term. I mean, you'd take some creative thinking to accomplish it, but it's possible. But anyway, it's good to know that you guys are willing to be dynamic. You're willing to shift. You're willing to, you know, work through the bear season, no matter what's about to come, because that's really what it's going to take is grinding through this. Is there anything you guys have to say? Like, are you sustainable in a sustainable situation, as far as like, obviously you guys both have jobs and stuff. So if you were having to grind through this, would you be able to inject capital if you needed for marketing and things like that to help keep the project alive? Because that would really help if it's needed.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like in the beginning, everything was paid out basically from me and Void Spirit's pocket. Like we still believe in our vision. We still believe in Void. We still believe in the project. And of course, it won't be easy. It will be a challenge. And as you said, the bear market is still there. I mean, it's easy, and everyone can launch a project successful in the bull season. But yeah, we will now plant some seeds for future success, and maybe the next bull run will be in like 2 months, maybe in 1 year, maybe in 2 years, who knows. But yeah, we will be there. We are going to be, this is like our main goal anyways. We want like a long-term sustainable project. We want to offer our investors like passive income, how it's like meant to be, sustainable, nothing too crazy. And yeah, that's our vision.
Sustainable passive income is really the goal for all DeFi. It's much harder
It's
to
hard, yeah, of
accomplish
course.
people think.
Yeah, but if we look now at the project, there are not so many sustainable projects. Somehow
No,
they had the chance in the bull market to build a treasury, and now that basically keeps them alive during this period. They use it for buybacks, they use it for all kind of things, and we are, at the position now where we create this project, that we build on it, that we develop it in the, step by step, and give it back, as long as the investors or the community believes in us, we can make sure that they will have, the rewards in stable coins with stability, but they have to understand that we are not giving out this high inflationary token, because this will kill us at the end,
of course. And to be completely real, true sustainability in DeFi is almost like a unicorn. You know, it's like that. It's nearly impossible because at the end of the day, everybody is subject to the market. Um, and when the market collapses, a lot of things collapse. Rewards collapse. The amount that you can earn collapse. Volume goes down. The amount of revenue generated goes down. Sustainability has to be a dynamic thing, right? So I mean,
Yeah,
your
correct.
idea of sustain your idea of sustainability has to be adaptable, and that's what people need to understand is your protocol needs to be adaptable.
Right.
And I think that's really important, and it's something that people don't realize. If you have a strong team with a strong development team with them who understand how to kind of control the ecosystem, like, oh, we need to turn emissions down, we need to turn taxes up, we need to turn taxes down, we need to increase the amount going to the treasury. Those real-time changes that are going to help sustain the protocol over the long term and keep your treasury value up above your market cap, because that's what's really going to help you ultimately.
And this at the end will help all the people who are invested into the protocol, basically, But this is difficult to bring into the people's mind that they understand this mechanism.
Of course. And it's kind of part of your job, and part of our jobs as project founders, right? And it makes it very difficult translating all that technical information and all these ideas into something that's digestible for people to understand in a product. It's the biggest challenge for us, and the biggest challenge for marketing in crypto. It's a bitch. It's a bitch. And I feel like the people who do it best are the people who are the most successful. Translating that technical information into something that people can grasp, something that is digestible and something obtainable. It's not too difficult to do all the steps. It's not too difficult to understand why they're making money and why it's not a Ponzi, or why it's less of a Ponzi even, etc. But yeah, like I said, I'm bullish on you guys because of your ability to adapt, your integrity, and the fact that you guys have creative solutions. It's just a matter of finding the right ones over time, even if you don't have them right now.
We are continuing what we did so far, and we will do our best for us and for all the investors that everyone can be happy with our project, with our product, what we are, providing at the end. That is our goal.
Now, real quick, you guys have said that there's no inflationary mechanisms, right?
No.
Okay. So all the tokens are being minted on the day that you guys create the contracts. What does the token breakdown look like? Where are the tokens going to? How much is going to liquidity paired with the pre-sale money? Is it all of it? How much is going to a team wallet? Can you break that down?
We will hold no tokens at all.
Good.
Like the treasury, of course, will have some for like the bonding mechanism.
So no team tokens.
No team tokens.
And you're going to be taking team payments out of revenue generated by the protocol.
There's like a growth fund text on it. We don't take anything out of the treasury or anything like that.
There's a growth fund that takes a percentage of each transaction.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the money where we can pay basically the team, where you can pay Kinsu for his development stuff. And
marketing.
No, not marketing. Marketing is still the
mainly
5% from the treasury. Yeah.
Okay. So treasury is used for marketing and biz dev, and then you have the other fee that's used for paying team.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. That helps. So where are the rest of the tokens going? If you guys could, please.
Yeah, as I said, the treasury will hold it, and the treasury is secured with our multisig.
So I know I need to know.
It will only be used for bonding. Yeah.
Percentage of the tokens going where?
I don't have the exact percentage because, like, we calculated with that we raise a bit more in pre-sale. And wait, let me find maybe.
Just real quick, the bonding tokens will not be held by the treasury. They will be minted on demand.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that will inflate supply, right?
Yeah, you're trading supply inflation with revenue coming into the revenue generating treasury.
Yeah, no, I understand, and I'm assuming that it'll be done when the treasury value is below backing, or when are you going to be timing the bonds? Is it just going to be always available?
The bonding will be also our marketing tool. Once we have it depends on the situation, on the buy pressure we can also, offer cheaper bonds that people, use this this moment to buy. It depends on the price as well. If you have a pretty high, just imagine it, if you have a pretty high price, we don't offer bonds, because people, this needs to be calculated on the situation. It does
we have
not
the
really make
possibility
sense.
to turn it off and on, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. You guys have anything you want to finish on that? Anything more you want to say or no?
Let me look real quick in the AMA questions. Maybe I can.
I'm about to go to community questions right now. I was just letting you know what we were just discussing. It felt like you guys like kind of left it didn't like have any closure there, but that's okay. Okay, so let me see. Gitalik Buterin says, if you have locked tokens, the rewards will be in stable coins or native token.
Like if you lock your tokens for an NFT?
Yes, if you're locked in a VF,
also the rewards will always be in stablecoins.
Okay. Good, I thought so. Do you have a marketing team in-house? Or is it you guys?
It's basically me and Spirit, but we're in contact with the marketing guy from CFI. Like he gave us like a marketing strategy, some input, what we can use, what worked for them, what didn't. So yeah, we have some experience.
Have you considered going cross-chain?
Yes, we actually have considered going cross-chain, but this is like a future goal. We want to like get listed on an exchange, like a centralized exchange, but then we have to cut the slippage, the like tax to 0, of course, because otherwise you can't get listed on an exchange. But yeah, as I said, this will be like future.
Good story.
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking why you have interested in listing on a centralized exchange? That's really not what we see as a goal from general DeFi protocols these days.
Because the thing is, at the end, we want that we have a treasury big enough that we can reduce, of course, the taxes, that we have get a bigger range to all kind of communities, and also this kind of shows that like a trusted, not just a DeFi project, like an official project, let's say.
You're gonna have to get extra creative at that point because you're gonna have no more fee generation to pay your team.
Yeah, we are very creative.
I mean, that's a definite like devil's advocate situation, but just saying, if you get there and for some reason you really want to list on a centralized exchange, I mean, I would recommend against it unless you're like years ahead, from now.
Yeah, of course. It's not now, it's not in the next few months, weeks. It's we will see where we are at this point then, once it's time.
Yeah. Gitalik Buterin again with a tough question. How did you guys get such an organic pre-sale volume in these market conditions? I mean, they answered it, I think.
Yeah,
But if you
the 6 months of building the community is
and
absolutely insane.
Yeah,
because I remember hearing about your token like months and months and months ago as well.
Yeah.
So I know that left an impression with me. Even with everything that's happened through these markets and everything, I've split my focus through. So I have to say that you've done a very good job at keeping your name out there and not becoming irrelevant, even especially in these types of downtrending markets.
Yeah. Yeah, respect. Community building is just as hard as fucking building your token price in these bear markets right now.
Yeah, and also that's why like a lot of people basically slept or missed or maybe also forgot about Void, and we are now trying to catch up and get more hype. Like, yeah.
Walt asks, what are these Fantom issues that everybody keeps hinting at? Yeah, that's a complicated thing. It's kind of a touchy issue for a lot of people, but not for me.
Go on. Grill Tome. I'm waiting for it. I did it my way. It's your turn now.
Nah. Yeah, I have nothing but love for the Fantom community, and I love the tech. on Fantom. I love the DAG model. There's just a lot of politics and there's a lot of centralization issues, and the centralization issues tend to be with people who are not the best humans, and that's an understatement, and I'll say that loud and fucking clear. A lot of these people control volume. They control what projects live and die on Fantom, and if you're not pandering or if you're not giving them allocations or pre-sales behind closed doors or these types of things, then your project's not going to get exposure, and you're not going to get foundation support. You're not going to get the things that you need to really, really explode. Those are some of the issues, but
Can I clarify something real quick? Like in our white paper 4, we mentioned that our treasury will be secured by a 3.5 multisig, but actually it is like 3.4 for now. The reason for this is because we wanted to KYC with the House of Obsidian, and they would like take one key or hold one key of the multisig. But actually, we now choose to work with you guys for the KYC service, and that's why we changed from 3.5 to 2.4. And
yeah, I mean, to be clear, if you guys would have requested that, we could have probably worked something out. We maybe still can.
yeah, sure.
Not opposed to that. You guys are.
Just wanted to clarify this.
Yeah. We've talked enough that I know that you guys are going to be building and sticking with this, so I'm not too worried about that. Cool. We can talk about that later if needed. Okay, so Cactus asked, have you checked the new improved ohm model? They fixed the issue with backing price, meaning the bonding is probably defined better. It might be beneficial for you to implement this as well.
What kind of mechanism is it exactly? On what ohm fork, or like the real ohm one? Like the inverse bonds, or I don't know what exactly you mean.
Original Olympus. Yeah. So anyway, it's a new bonding mechanism apparently. You guys should definitely know about it. Yeah, we're moving on.
Maybe he can link the article and we can have a look at it later.
Yeah, for sure. How did you guys meet Kinsu?
I think we have already mentioned it. Kinsu was I cannot remember. Maybe Kinsu can explain it. He was involved in different
I do
projects, and
remember.
yeah.
So after back in the day when Atlas rugged, I was jobless, and
Yeah.
there's very nice people here. Like, I don't know, a couple months after, just tagged the jobless role at the Atlas Discord. Like, hey, any of the devs still active around? And I answered, and we talked a bunch, discussed a couple things, and here we are now. So TLDR from Atlas Rugging.
It just happened.
Yeah.
That's funny. That Atlas rug pulled a lot of people together, and I feel like it was actually
The
a
Atlas
positive.
rug is quite literally the best thing that's happened to me professionally.
It's so funny. I feel like it was a net positive for the space overall. That's funny that is a thing.
Yeah, except that the KYC company did absolutely fuck all.
Well, yep, and that's a whole other issue, and that's why we tried to make sure that everybody who touches the money gets KYC'd over here. That way, there's no funny business.
Problem is, they're all KYC'd, publicly doxed or anything. They just didn't legally prosecute them.
Who the hell was it? Was it Ashore?
Yeah. Of course.
Oh.
Who else would it be?
Oh,
I mean, they've
man.
already made this excuse, sorry to tangent, that their V1 had nothing to do with actually going after people, that their initial strategy was people agreeing to KYC with us will be less likely to rug because the malicious, like the people in that malicious environment won't go to those links. So it's causing like a filter system rather than an actual prevention system.
Genius from their legal team. They actually had the nerve to call us out on Twitter. We're gonna compile a list of all projects that have KYC'd with Assure DeFi and Rug, and we're gonna present it to them really nicely.
They'll make the same argument that it was all part of their V1 where they were still learning and has nothing to do with how they're moving on to the future.
I don't think the public will feel the same way, so that's okay. They don't want to. Anyway. That's
Let's not roll a sure DeFi here. It's an AMA.
I mean,
just shitting on everybody. That's not the intention here.
There's a question that is kind of relevant in my opinion in the chat. If you can answer it, it's the question by Vars. Sorry if I butchered your name. Terrible English.
I don't know if I saw it.
I'll prompt it.
what's
Here.
the question?
I'll just read it out and ask it. This is my AMA now. So Vars asks, might have missed it, but do the founders have any experience reading or writing code?
Yeah, I already answered it in the chat. Like, I have like basic understanding in Solidity and some other like coding languages. I can fork something and write simple code, but anything like a diamond contract, this is like too complicated for me. So that's why we chose to work with real developers like Kinsu and his team. And yeah, they did like 100% of the coding stuff, like the dashboard, all the contracts. This is all like on Solar Protocol side. And Spirit, I think he has no experience at all.
Oh, we just learned how, to, Solidity and,
Oh yeah, like in
directly
a
forking
process of building.
contracts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But I'm not a coder. But for us, it was important, that's why we were working with other devs before, but we at the end decided that we need really trustworthy, good people for this project. We don't want, have just random guys. And yeah, this was very important for us to have really good developers to have, to build this project. I don't know how to say in other words. It is how it is.
I mean, honestly, ecosystem design is equally, if not more important for a protocol's success. Probably more important, because you can get any developer to build anything, right? Not anybody, but you can get a qualified team to build anything you design. But if your design sucks, it's not going to be doing much. So that's very important, and it takes, you want to make sure that you have quality contract design, that everything is secure and rock solid. But ecosystem design is what sets protocols apart. Product delivery, product execution, all those things, community engagement, and it's all that stuff it's dynamic and it changes with time. And it's all, sometimes it's a social thing, sometimes it comes down to the people, the community, and sometimes it comes down to the market. So I think you guys have the tools necessary to be successful. It's really going to be up to you guys just staying on top of things and adapting as the problems come at you. So good luck, and thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having.
Of course. This has been our 31st Investors AMA at the TulipDAO, now offering deep dive AMAs, where we get in there and into the technicals, also KYCs. Hit us up. Thank you, everybody.
Let's go.